Good morning. It's Monday, May 8th, and that means two things. It's next Sunday. Reserve your tables, buy your card, plan your flowers today. And it's time for the Lighting Industry News Brief, which is brought to you by Keystone Technologies and their XFit Sports Light. It has a laser. You know why it has a laser? So that when you point it exactly where you want it to be, because it's very hard to aim things on a sports field. They do also help with pre-existing free lighting layouts. It also comes with a driver that's mounted remotely. It's on a wire. You can put it at the bottom of the pole. You can put it somewhere handy. Save some time on ladders with your Keystone XFit Sports Lighting, KeystoneTech.com, or the link in the description. Let's get into the news. AMS Osram, having finished selling off Osram lines, may sell off AMS lines, particularly their sensors and chips divisions. We'll see what happens there. Energy Focus gets to stay on the NASDAQ on the condition that they can do what they're supposed to be on the condition that they reach $1 per share within the next quarter or so, as is the terms of being on the NASDAQ. Skykes has bought Bellamy, which means they own half of lighting e-commerce sites in the U.S. at this point. They announced that. That's not me doing any work. They said they were monopolistic. They said half. I said monopolistic. Never mind. Moving right along. The DOE has launched a new consumer energy savings hub, which is a portal for resources for energy updates for your house. The DLC's Industry Advisory Committee has published their agenda and meeting minutes from Spring 23. All those details are available for you to read right now. Schneider Electric has partnered with the UL on indoor air quality programs. The Lighting Showroom of the Year Awards have announced their finalists. The winner will be named at Lightovation in Texas. The ALA has announced their Women in Lighting Leadership Award winner. That's Lori Gross. She'll actually get the prize at Lightovation in Texas in September. We have some exclusions to Chinese tariffs reinstated, particularly for PIR sensor-based fixtures and some light sources on that list. We have an Italian design brand. They make furniture, they make lighting. They're planning an IPO on the Milan Bourse Stock Exchange. And Chinese manufacturing has contracted in the second month in a row. Purchasing in specific has fallen. Universal Douglas's factory staff in Mexico has staged a sad Labor Day. May 1st, you may recall, is the traditional day of workers' rights and labor organization, and they still haven't been paid. Energy Star has released a draft spec for recessed downlights. This is part of Luminaires 2.2. You can comment on it for about a month. Elemental LED has won the Graduate Employer of the Year award from University of Nevada. That's the second year in a row. Universal Display has bought some IP from Merck KGA. This is some OLED tech bought by the Irish side of the country. So there you go. Maxlight celebrates their 30th anniversary. The LSI has announced a dividend of a nickel a share. Profitability is at 8% for Q1 at Signify. Speaking of the full year, Wesco's report is 12% sales growth year over year. Speaking of Q1, Ameresco's Q1 is achieved $271 million in revenue. Universal Display's revenues are down $20 million year over year for the quarter. Acuity shares are down 0.7%. They are going to issue a dividend, though. Q1 at Legrand, sales are up 9%. The full year at 23 for Focus Lighting, profits are up 476%. That's a Indian decorative brand that's relatively new. The Canada Infrastructure Bank is funding $100 million in retrofits through Ameresco. Sonepar is backing NAED's educational campaign. This is $500,000 for the Next Level Now program. Redaptive has raised funds. The Energy as a Service Group has secured $250 million in venture capital. Lights on the Spectrum has celebrated the conclusion of their auction to support hiring practices within the industry among autistic individuals. Anthem One has pivoted from film sets to medical lighting. They're a vendor and manufacturer offering controls and disinfection lighting in Arizona. In legal news, BK Lighting has been sued over their ESOP program, claiming that the funds have been mishandled. A judge has tossed Zhang Xing. A judge has tossed Zhang Xing's super lighting suit against Signify, summarily not guilty of 36 patent violations. Cortec has filed for a new patent for a silicone-based battery. And Naples, Florida, a lamp shop in Naples, Florida, has had to suffer a break-in with product being stolen. In rep agency updates, Lumca has picked optics and controls for Alberta in Canada. At events, we have a webinar on smart packaging. That's right, connected boxes and labels. That'll happen on the 17th. Dolly is offering seminars at Light Fair. This is a D4I session on the 24th. U.S. Green Building Council is scheduling a summit seeking product and services to showcase at that summit August 9th through 10th. The IES Detroit is having a centennial party. We have a webinar from the Good Light Group on the 16th on mimicking daylight indoors. In IoT news, Goliath has raised $4.6 million in venture capital. The NEC code has updated to no longer recognize battery-powered wireless lighting controls. Switch-powered only switches need apply. TALQ has published version 2.5 of the Smart City Protocol. You can download the standard for software for free. And if every home in Italy went smart, they'd save 12 billion euros. This is a report from Ambrosetti. In market predictions, we have $62 billion planned expected in indoor farming. We have 220 million control units sold by 2030, 4% expansion in steel utility poles, an $8 billion market for quartz, 13% growth in smart offices, 27% gains in drivers for LED products, $9 billion for emergency lighting, and $125 billion for ambient lighting. VR can help you find your lighting preference. This is based on some studies from Italian architects. So test your day lighting before you have to test your day lighting. Time change, still bad for your sleep, just so you know. And a group of researchers pelted mice with 5G radiation and nothing happened. They were exposed to 2650 megahertz radiation for extended periods of time, and their spatial reasoning and memory did not change. So there you go. Cornell has found that Allen changes the rate of caterpillar predation. The IDEA is calling for nominations in their annual awards. The Central Okanagan Park in BC has been recognized by the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada. A UK woman is suing over LED street lighting. Moth emergence season has begun, so lights are recommended. And circadian disruption worsens bipolar disorder in mice. Illinois expects a massive bird migration this month. Florida islands are prepping for turtle nesting season, including Jacksonville, planning entirely new beach lighting in some beaches. Lake Norman, South Carolina residents have been urged to stop pointing lights at the lake itself. Worcestershire, UK lamps are going red for bats. And a reminder that rewilding your yard includes the lighting. In recommended reading, all this on nailed.org. If you please, we have a exploration of social equity and justice from a life cycle perspective in lighting. We have inclusive lighting design. We have the question of why streetlights keep turning purple. We have a lesson from Texas Fluorescence rebranding efforts, what commercial buildings consume which kinds of energy, and what Saylight's been up to at Nalmco since they've joined. In horticultural news, Scott's is shuttering 4 supply warehouses specifically for cannabis supplies. And California Title 24 is coming for grow lamps. Code revisions are going into effect. In local news, Newton, Delaware is considering a switch to LEDs. Sign Makers of LA is celebrating their 30th year. Davis, California police do not suggest adding more lighting after a series of stabbings. Ontario has new retrofit funds for building owners. Raleigh, North Carolina is redesigning their streets for pedestrian needs. Vegas is beginning their Imaginarium Live show. We have new state funds for Alabama parks. Tempe, Arizona is adding solar street lighting. And Leon County, Florida is adding lighting at school bus stops. In international news, Tolz in Germany is giving away holiday lighting to homeowners. Bermuda is offering free LED light bulbs to the elderly. And that Australian tunnel with the pace lighting to manage your speed, it's working just fine. In people news, John Cena is joining Verosa as a sales manager. We've got some leadership shuffles in 3 positions at ICO. Linda Longo will be working at the ALA part-time. Jen Kirkpatrick will be the director of sales at American Lighting. And things you can make: wooden transistors. Build your own smart switch. A guide to working with Amazon Sidewalk. And an HPS flashlight. And one last thing, Split Rock Lighthouse will be shining in memory of Gordon Lightfoot. Normally this lighthouse only shines in memory of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, which is suitable because we only know about the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald because of the song The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald by Gordon Lightfoot. This is the only funeral note we'll ever do. It's just for Canadian songwriters. I'm sorry to say that. I'm Scott Wachter. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you for listening. Enjoy your week and enjoy the music.
Now it's time, I fear to tell. I've been holding it back so long, but something strange deep inside of me is happening. I feel unlike I've ever felt, and it's making me sad that I may not be what I think I am. What of us? What do I say? Are we both from a different world? 'Cause every breath that I take, I breathe it for you. I couldn't face my life without you, and I'm so afraid. There's nothing to comfort us. What am I if I can't be yours? I don't sleep, don't feel a thing, and my senses have all but gone. Can't even cry from the pain, can't shed a tear now. I realize we're not the same, and it's making me sad. 'Cause we can't fulfill our dreams in this life. way through the hurt, then I would find it. I would take the blows, I would fight it, but this is the one impossible dream to live. What am I if I can't be yours? If I can't be
Michael and Greg here from the Get a Grip on Lighting podcast, your trusted source of everything lighting.
You've heard us mention NAIL before, and if you aren't a member already, trust us. You should be.
The National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors is now accepting new
Distributors, associates, and vendor memberships.
Do you have a warehouse full of light bulbs? We have the association for you.
If you're looking for streamlined educational courses for new or experienced lighting sales professionals, we have the association made for you.
If you're a lighting manufacturer and you want to know what your distributors want and need in product, we have the association for you.
If you're looking for an annual get-together with other lighting business owners to learn, grow, and make lifelong connections, then we have the association for you.
Are you a lighting manufacturer looking to put your marketing budget to good use with qualified lighting professionals? Then we have the association for you.
If you want to make the most out of your membership and make a difference in the lighting industry by sitting on a committee, we have the association for you.
If you could say yes to any of the topics mentioned before, you should be a NAILed member. NAILed, the National Association of Innovative Lighting Distributors.